Hi, home with X Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright. I'm on my way to do a fetch quest. Been trying to get this recorded for a while now, but I keep getting interrupted. Which I don't appreciate. Usually, oh man, there's not a good path in through this bottom floor. Usually, oh right, my axe is dead and I don't have the parts to fix it. Today would be the day to talk about D&D or Starfinder, but we didn't play last night. My nephew ended up going out to help with a bit of a fender bender that my brother-in-law had. Somebody pulled in front of him and clipped his front of his truck, and so they needed someone to go out with a bar to bend the bumper back out of the tire. And so that meant my nephew had to go? I don't know. I'm a little unclear as to why my nephew went when my brother also went. Like, it's not a multiple person job. It's like guy shows up with pry bar. Prize said bumper out of the way. It's not take the guy who has plans already. Ooh. That guy got killed in a lag spike. Cool. I could use some water. Will this go on my broken bone? Oh, I've got water. Why am I running around thirsty? Oh, it's over here in the basement? Gross. Although the basement does seem to be where all the supplies are at. Oh man. My guy's like, no. Come on, get this thing before you get killed. Nice. I was gonna say, I hear a zombie somewhere. So, no Starfinder. I want to try to be more descriptive with my game, so I was pre-reading a lot yesterday, making sure I knew what the creatures were like and the rooms and stuff, and you know, just trying to amp up the game a little bit from our typical Are there creatures in the room? We kill it. Are there creatures in the next room? We kill it. I feel like we're doing ourselves a bit of a disservice by not being a little more role-playing. I'm not expecting people to make voices or anything, you know. But I do think some nicer descriptions could be helpful. But it didn't happen. We didn't get a chance to play. Oh man, I'll tell you a weird one. I got an email. No, nope, broke that story already. I got a text from my cell phone provider, service provider, today that said, our network is upgrading. Your phone is not compatible. You will no longer have service in 4 days. I'm like, what? You didn't give me a lot of time to prepare for that. Oh. I don't even have a gun. Bandolier mod is one of my favorite mods. That's the one that lets you reload quicker. So, I don't know what I'm going to do. It appears what the deal is they're upgrading the 4G type. And for whatever reason, they didn't bother to let me know ahead of time. Like, they might have tried to email me, but my email was wrong. So that's on me. What's not on me, though, is how it's 4 days, 5 days, I guess, away, and you didn't let me know ahead of time. Like, I always get like half a dozen messages, text messages from them every month, about offers and things like that. And you'd think that somewhere in there they would have let me know ahead of time that I needed to upgrade my phone, or in this case, my SIM card, since I believe my phone is possibly compatible. I don't know. Sims are cheap, so I just bought new Sims to see if that will fix my issue. The some people indicated that it fixed their issue, but my phone, which I like, is not on the compatible list with AT&T because AT&T has not listed them as compatible. But I don't know if that means they don't work, or if it's just one of those, it'll work, but we didn't make a deal so they'll work. So I just bought a new SIM card, and other people said that's all they had to do was just switch out to the new VoLTE. So hopefully that works. Otherwise, I've got to get a new phone, and I have no clue because I'm not a phone person. And the phone I have is just a phone I purchased off Amazon. I like it. I like it a lot. And the problem is that none of the phones listed as compatible with any of the sites are as powerful or as cheap as the phone I have. And I don't want to buy a $600 phone or a $1,400 phone. or a $200 phone that's half as powerful as the phone I have. You know, so I feel like it's not scammy because obviously they've upgraded their network to a different kind, or they're upgrading to a different kind of network. Um, uh, and although I don't understand how there's a difference, I don't. As a tech person, I don't understand. It seems scammy to me. Um, Obviously, my cell phone is already connected to their network. Why is there a difference in how, like, how is there a difference in how you are processing the data over your network? Uh, um, yep, I don't eat cat or dog food. Peas. You can have some peas and 6 blueberries. But yeah, so I looked at a bunch of different phones today, and I couldn't find any that I liked. I might end up just switching providers and going into town to an actual phone store to talk to somebody. Uh, the thing that sucks is that I pay about $35 a month for my phone service, right? Because I don't use it. I use it a little bit for work, but I almost think I can get by without being connected to a cell phone network for work because I pretty much just use Wi-Fi, except when I have to call somebody. And so that's the part that's making me have to probably get a new phone if this other thing doesn't work. Uh, and the thing is it's the brand of phone I have that AT&T says isn't compatible. It's not the capabilities of the phone, it's the brand. They haven't officially listed the brand as compatible, even though I've been using the phone brand actually for about 7 years now. I have a blue, uh, and yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I guess the other thing I want to talk about was today is day 7 of using Starlink internet. It works pretty good. It's not perfect. I don't have it in an optimal position yet. Honestly, I would have done things differently had I known what I know now. But Starlink is very terse on information. And, when you go online and you're like, where do I got to put this thing? And everyone's like, here's this wide open field I found to place my. I'm like, okay, what does it look like when you place it in reality? Because not everybody's going to have wide open fields. And so one of the issues I have is that it needs to face north. And where I have it, north is a tree and a house, the house I'm in. And so most of the sky for it is clear, except for, I'd say,
Hello, traveler.
I don't even know. I don't even know how to estimate how much is blocked. But there is some blockage, unfortunately.
Welcome to traveler.
Uh, and
I've got just the task. I can't thank you enough, friend.
And so I do need to reposition it to to get the best optimal sight lines for it. Most of the time, it works fine. The trick is that the satellites are in weird patterns, and so how well it works depends on where the satellites are at. And most of the time, I do all right, but every few minutes, I do have a slight gap where I lose signal, which doesn't affect me usually most of the time. Uh, However, I am a gamer. I do game online, and it's definitely causing me issues with my online gaming. Uh, Not major and not constant, but enough that I definitely plan to move it to a more optimal position when I can. Right now, we're middle of winter. The part I ordered from Starlink is not going to be shipped until mid March, which is like a month away. Um, I assume they must do a just in time delivery system for that stuff so they don't just have a bunch in a warehouse. They wait until they get an order in before they enough orders in before they make it. So I do have a couple of parts coming for it yet. Um, uh, but it works really well when it's working. And by that I mean like there's not a lot of shifting around of on and off for me. Like if it's on, it's 35 ping latency, whatever you want to call it, and between 50 and 135 download speed. I haven't really uploaded to where I paid attention, but I've seen upload speeds between 2 and 15 up. Uh, so the thing is that my old internet, which we still have because, you never know how things are going to shake out. It's still in the testing phase here. My old internet was 7 down and zero point 0.7 up. So to jump from that to around 80, 85 down most of the time, and 8 to 12 up is amazing. Um, and sometimes it, for whatever reason, the satellites are properly aligned and I don't get obstructions from the house or the tree. And then other times, every few minutes, I get obstructions from the house and the tree. Um, and so, there are some issues with it, but I think once I get it in an optimal position, things will be better. But I don't have the mount for it, and it is winter here, and so it will require me to dig a hole and fill it with cement, kind of optimal placement. And I currently do not have the ability to go out and dig a hole and well, I mean, I don't have the pole, and the pole doesn't ship until I didn't think I was going to make that until mid March. But I am impressed compared to the terrible internet I have had here. It is night and day difference. We have two internet accounts in this house, two separate phone lines for said internet, because we couldn't run everything off of a single account with how slow our internet was. Uh, and so, um, okay, there was something I wanted to put in here, right? These. I think that's it, though. And, but yeah, let's put it this way. On a good night with my other internet, I might be able to download 6 or 7 gigabytes. Uh, Today is Thursday, and I have used almost 500 gigabytes of, not just me, but everybody in the house has used about 500 gigabytes of data since Friday afternoon. Uh, so yeah, uh, what's crazy is it takes less time to upload a video than it does to record, edit, render a video, which obviously has never happened for me. Uh, my my video time, my upload times, sometimes are up to 20 hours with the other internet, and I have started 2 videos, gone to dinner, and then come back down to have them both uploaded, uh, which is just insane for me. I was telling one of the guys, he's into this space stuff, and so we were chit chatting about how well it was working. And last night was very windy, very rainy, and so there were some moments where I would lose connection, um, while we were chatting, and everybody's just like, "Oh, yep, your weather's knocked you out." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure the tree is blowing into the way." And so with the satellites being where they're at and the tree blowing and it being rainy, I don't really notice the cloud cover do much to it. Um, but you know, but still, when it's working, it's amazing. And then the other guy, he's like, "Man, your internet just keeps going out." Yep. I mean, I thought this was supposed to fix all your internet problems. I'm like, no, nobody ever said that. Uh, well, I guess it's not as good as you thought it was going to be. I'm like, it's amazing compared to what I had. So you can just shut your mouth. I get you got to crap on anything anybody else does, man. But in this instance, it is so much better than what I had. Uh, I know my sister, she said, sometimes she gets on to do something with it and nothing will happen because we'll hit one of those spots, that's like a second long, where you can't use the internet. And um, when I say that, I mean like if you're doing something that requires constant connection, like a game or voice chat, um, you might lose it here and there. The thing with the game, pretty much am only playing Final Fantasy 14 online, and um, that gap will sometimes kick me from the game, which just means I have to go back in the game. That's it. And I immediately just go back in the game. It's not like there's only been one time on Monday. One time on Monday, there was like a 15-minute outage. Um, but then it turned out it wasn't just them. It was multiple things worldwide were being affected. And but once that was over, it just went back and it was all fine again. Um, so I've been impressed. I've been impressed. It's the the latency isn't that much better than what I had. They both were running around 35 to 45 latency, um, but the response is way faster with Starlink. And so I click something, and the page is just there. And my other internet, you click something, and then you wait, and then it decides to load it, and then you gotta wait for the page to load. Um, and So there's definitely a massive increase to to speed at which I can do things on the internet, and that's just, I mean, it just is so much better than what I had. What kind of recipes is an egg used in? Oh, I can do bacon and eggs. Oh, I can't do bacon and eggs. I can do bacon and eggs. Tomorrow, I'm very excited for Horizon Forbidden West coming out. I loved the first game so much. Um, and so I am super looking forward to the sequel. I pre ordered it like, I want to say February of last year. Whenever was the first day you could pre order it, I put my money down. I am super looking. Really? Took out the wrong block. Super looking forward to that one. That is just my favorite, one of my favorite games of all time. And so I loaded that up on Sunday, which is, let me tell you, 4 hours. 90 gigabytes, 4 hours. 90 gigabytes on my other internet. We're talking like 10 days of downloading and pausing because I couldn't download and do stuff at the same time. Which is obviously awful. What do you get for an egg? A Boiled egg. I think I might have to save that. Those eggs. Try and get some more meat. Well, I think this is probably a good place to call it for today. So, with that, be bright in the small things, leading the light. I will talk to you later.